forest friends. I am in the middle of uncovering my garden right now. So it looks like the snow has stopped, so I'm going to uncover my plants and see how they're doing. Wow. Snow gets quite heavy. Wow, it looks like my plants are doing really good under here, my sprouts. So grateful that they didn't freeze. I covered them with some blankets to protect them from the snow. Uncover them and see how the sprouts are doing. Oh, and the snow sure is heavy. Alright. Looks like they got some good watering in the meantime. Radishes and all of my greens look really happy. Hi forest friends. What a unique day we're having. It's both snowy and springy outside today. All the birds are chirping and it's sunny, but there's also snow on the trees and also on the ground still. And today I was thinking that we could experience what it's like to be both spring and winter at the same time through the activity and the games that we'll play a little bit later on. And I have another original story that I would like to share with you before then. So the story I'd like to share with you today, it's called A Future for Everyone. And it's about an eagle and some owls and squirrels. And tell me what you think about it. Eagle was lying on a rock and looking up at the sky, as she does most afternoons. She was enjoying soaking in the sunshine when she decided to close her eyes for just a moment. Instantly, she could tell, even with her eyes closed, that there was a big shadow right over her head. Huh? I didn't think it was supposed to storm today. She opened her eyes not to find clouds hovering above her, but something unidentifiable. What is it? And why does it keep changing shapes? Feeling a bit fearful of this large object falling from the sky, Eagle decided to ask a trusted village elder, Amaya, if we should be afraid. Is it a hawk? The elder replied. No, not unless it's a giant hawk. Is it a plane? No, not unless it's a giant plane that can change shapes. Alright, will you take me to see this mysterious falling object? The elder asked. Of course, Amaya. The fellow villagers overheard Eagle and the elder, and they followed them all the way to the 3 rocks that overlook the edge of the city. I bet it's a spaceship, said Fox. Oh yeah, it probably is, replied the human child. There it is, said Eagle. The elder sat in silence as the shape of the falling object continued to change. Well, what is it, nudged Eagle. This right here is the future. The future? How can you possibly tell me that this big, falling, mysterious blob is the future? Just then, all the animals and humans from the village arrived. Wowzers, said the human animal. That is a spaceship. As the child spoke, the falling object took the form of a falling spaceship, and everyone who had been watching decided to duck and hide, fearing its crash-landing arrival. It's not a spaceship, said Fox. It's a dancing elephant. And again, the falling object took shape into a smiling and dancing elephant. The crowd of animals began to chuckle and awe. Wait a minute, this thing. It changes shapes depending on what we want it to be. It can be something as scary as a falling spacecraft, or it can be as funny and charming as a dancing elephant. What if the eagle is right, Eagle thought. And what if we create the best idea ever and let it fall to the earth, and that becomes our future? Ooh, I know what it should be, said Owl. It should be a field of mice. No, said Squirrel. It should be the biggest cache of acorns in the whole world. Wait, said Eagle. We need a future that serves all of us, not just owls and not just squirrels. Let's hear only the ideas that would bring a happy future for everybody. The falling sack of acorns fell closer and closer to the city as the villagers discussed their future dreams. I have an idea, buzzed the honeybee. I think we should ask for a future that is luscious and safe, and where everyone always has enough to eat and drink, and a future where everyone, no matter how big or small, always has enough time to play, dance, and sing in the forest community. Oh, and of course there should be many rainbows, so that we may always be reminded of the many beautiful colors that light chooses to express itself. And so it was. The future took the shape of a very happy and colorful forest, filled with rainbows, songs, and so much laughter. The owls, squirrels, and all the forest beings always had plenty to eat and drink, and plenty of time to play. Happily forest after. So that's a pretty new story as well. Just a few weeks old now. I really like that one as well. I like how the eagle is just holding this beautiful idea of the future where everyone can play and have a great time. So, next up we will talk about our activity that we're going to do for today. And again, that's going to be trying to feel what it's like to be both winter and spring at the very same time. And so lately, I've been seeing a few things that are reminding me it's springtime, like the blooming of flowers and the rabbits that have come out to starting to eat the fresh vegetation and fresh blooming plants around. And I was thinking, I'm not sure if y'all have any snow that's left in your yard. I definitely have a lot of snow that's left in my yard. As you can see, I just had to uncover the snow from my garden. And I was wondering what it would be like to make creatures that usually really love spring, like blooming flowers and bunnies, out of the snow. So it's kind of like a snowman, but it'd be a snow bunny or a snow flower. And another thing I was thinking is I was wondering what it would feel like to be warm, like the earth on a really sunny spring day, and then all of a sudden it starts to snow, and what that feels like in our body as a temperature difference. So I was thinking it'd be really fun to set up an obstacle course in our backyard where we can run and jump and spin and really get our blood pumping and our temperature rising to where our heart's beating really fast and to where our cheeks are getting really red. And they let us know that our body's nice and warm. And then I was thinking we could sit down and build some snowflakes out of twigs and see if we start to feel this temperature difference. And so I'm sitting in the snow where I've started to build some of my snowflakes. And I have these twigs here that I've started to put together. And there's many ways to put together, and I'll actually show you some pictures of a few different ways. One of them is, if you want to keep these and bring them inside, a great idea might be to tie the center with some twine. And just wrap it around between each of the corners where the snowflake meets. So to wrap around each crossing of where the snowflake meets, and that would tie our snowflake together. And one last way that I thought we could try to feel like we're both spring and winter at the same time is to build in the mud. Because mud, from what I've noticed, seems to show up a lot as the snow starts to melt and as the weather starts to warm up again. And so it seems like this perfect example of how to be both winter and spring at the same time. And so I was thinking we could also build some of those spring creatures with our mud. And maybe do some mud bunnies, maybe some birds, maybe maybe a bumblebee. Be really great. Those have been starting to come out during the springtime and pollinate our flowers. Oh, and I have a nice little friend next to me here. Maybe we could even make a worm. Hello, worm. You know, you probably are really enjoying this muddy soil, and probably also enjoying that it's both like springtime and wintertime outside right now. Wow. I'm going to place you back in your home in the mud. It was really nice to see you. Would you like to say goodbye to the worm friend? Bye, forest friends. Alright. Well, looks like that's all I have for the video today. But I will see y'all back to sing our closing song and to say farewell before we head off and start building our activities.